Hello, guitar fans. This is the Sarge, and today I want to talk to you about guitar humidifiers. We live in beautiful, sunny Southern California, but we've been through an extended period of extreme low humidity. Since we're very close to the coast, we usually experience a more moderate climate. And in the past, I've been able to leave my guitars out of the case for weeks on end. Not anymore. With a changing climate and more extreme weather, it's now more important than ever to leave your guitar in the case. Resist the temptation to leave your guitars on a stand or a wall hanger. I know that it's an amazing feeling to look at your guitar and just marvel in its brilliance. Guitars bring happiness, even as decorations, but unless you can maintain consistent humidity levels, you are much better off leaving the guitars in the case. In low humidity conditions like the Santa Ana winds here in the West, and in colder climates where the heater is on all winter, it becomes essential to not only keep the guitars in the case, but also provide some dampness inside the case or inside the guitar. What happens when your guitar dries out? The most serious effect of a dry guitar is cracking of the top, bridge, or sides, especially if you have a more expensive solid wood acoustic guitar. That is, the guitar has a solid, non-laminated top, sides, and back. What if I have an acoustic guitar with a solid top but laminated sides and back? Well, your guitar is still susceptible to cracking at the top and the bridge. What if I have an electric guitar with a solid body? Let's talk about the fretboard and the frets. If your guitar is severely dry, there is still a possibility that the actual fretboard and the wood on the neck may have shrunk and the frets are sharp and could be protruding out when you're playing the guitar. So electric guitars in very dry climates do need some humidifying. And that leads me to my next observation. With less expensive guitars that have laminate or composite components, if there is wood and dryness, there is still shrinkage. And speaking of shrinkage, a dry acoustic guitar with a solid wood top will buzz. The action will be lower and you might think that you need a setup. Why is this? Because a dry top will shrink and the bridge will drop with that shrinkage as the wood contracts. Normally, a guitar top has a slight bulge towards the middle of the top where it meets the bridge. Guitars are designed this way so that they resonate efficiently where the bridge meets the top. What is the optimal humidity of an acoustic solid wood guitar? The answer is about 45 to 55%. Right now in Southern California, the humidity is so low that it won't even read on this hygrometer. But how do I measure that since the guitar is in the case? First of all, I keep a hygrometer in the area where I store and work on guitars. I also use this X-Tech hygrometer, about $30 on Amazon, in all my guitar cases to measure the amount of moisture in the case and assume that my guitar is living in an environment with this level of humidity. The hygrometer has been inside the case for about 20 minutes, enough time to measure the humidity inside the guitar case. While not critical, the humidity is low and requires hydration. There are many products on the market which are basically a sponge with some sort of suspending structure. Some are suspended on the strings. I don't really like these because they require that I untune the inner strings, and in the case of this 12 string, this can be very cumbersome. Also, bending the strings like this, I don't know, there has to be better ways. Since guitar humidifiers are basically sponges that hold water, why not just use a sponge? There are many humidifier products on the market. What I'd like to do today is show you how to make your own out of some simple products very inexpensively. You will need 5 items for your guitar homemade humidifier. A Ziploc bag, cheap sponges you can get at the 99-cent store, a paper clip if you're going to be placing it in the sound hole, scissors to cut the Ziploc bag, and distilled water. Very important to have distilled water because The minerals left behind in regular water can clog the sponge and also can become powdery inside the sponge when it dries up, and it will dry up. Take your zip lock bag and fold it near the top. Make 5 cuts, very small, about 1/2 inch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wet the sponge with distilled water. Wring it out, not completely, but almost. And then pat it on a towel on both sides. Place it in the bag and seal the bag. You'll notice that the holes that you cut are in the top part of the bag. Fold those over. If you want to put a humidifier in the sound hole, then take a paper clip and poke it through the top of the Ziploc bag. Placing a humidifier in the sound hole is important when the guitar is very dehydrated. If there are minor cracks in the top or the sides, they will sometimes close up when the instrument is rehydrated, although if you have cracks already, they will still need repair at some point. Put the paper clip over the 6th string. Move the pack to the back of the guitar away from the manufacturer's sticker. It is crucial that the humidifier at the sound hole not have any moisture outside of the Ziploc bag. That's the reason why you pat the sponge on a towel before putting it in the baggie. Place another humidifier at the headstock, but make sure to put a strap on top to protect the guitar finish. Why not just put a humidifier in the utility compartment of the case? That's fine, but make sure to take out accessories like strings, capos, or tuners. Hydration from the utility compartment will permeate the guitar slower, but is suggested for maintaining humidity. You may place the hygrometer in the same space as the bout of the guitar, or in the utility case if the humidifier is not in the utility case, because, well, you would essentially be measuring a sponge. How often will I need to wet the sponge? That's a great question. At least once per week until the inside of the case hygrometer has stabilized. After that, checking the guitar about once a month will suffice. A dry guitar will drink water for about the first 3 weeks, just like a Christmas tree. Your guitar was once a living tree. Think about that as an owner of a finely crafted instrument. Thanks for watching.